Alright, so X-Men First Class. This movie was great. I thought the movie was a very big improvement of the last one that they did, which is the Wolverine movie, and also carrying on from the sort of trilogy, I guess you can say, from the X-Men Last Stand. This movie basically had a different sort of format that was different from the other ones, in my opinion. This one had more of a story this time, and this is how I really wanted X-Men to be in the beginning, because just from watching the cartoon and sort of reading about its history sort of online or any, things like that, it had so much story to tell. It had so many characters to talk about and to explore, and in the other X-Men movies they sort of just picked their favorites, or everybody the mutant that everybody liked, and just threw them in a movie, had them use their powers in a very cool way, which is good. I mean, I enjoy the other X-Men movies a lot, but this is more towards the way that I would have done it, and that's to tell a story. So with this one, it's a sort of prequel slash reboot, and I say this because I think that if they were to continue on making them after this one, it may take on sort of in a different path than the other X-Men movies have been. But it also serves as an origin story, so you get to see everything from the beginning. And this one is sort of focused on the relationship between one of the two main characters, and that's Professor Xavier and Magneto. And with the history of those two, it starts off as a really good friendship, and then you see that they obviously are playing on the same side but have a different view on how to reach that goal. And I thought that the story that was told here was excellent. It took place in the 60s. It also used a really big historical event to sort of tie in where the mutants sort of reveal themselves, that they do exist, and things like that. The movie also had a good running time to it too. All the other X-Men movies were at least 90 minutes or lower, if give or take a few minutes or whatever, but this movie was a little bit over 2 hours, which I thought was great. They actually gave the movie time to actually tell a story, develop characters, and just kind of go more in depth to what I thought the X-Men movies were trying to say. As far as the writing, I thought the story was great. They picked some really good mutants to sort of explore in this one and focus on. I know that a lot of people will probably look back and say, well, this is the origin story, so where are the original X-Men? This isn't the original team. And for the hardcore X-Men fans, I know that that's something that's really important when you're talking about continuity and just keeping everything as it's supposed to be. But they chose a different route, and it didn't really bother me one bit. Maybe it's because I don't keep up with the comic books, but I enjoyed it either way. The Hellfire Club, which is the sort of villain of the story, was a great team. I think it only depicted like maybe 4 members, and each member was great. They served as a threat. I thought their power was cool. They definitely kicked ass. So I really enjoyed that, especially the main villain, the leader of the Hellfire Club. The character was Sebastian Shaw. Now, this character was played by Kevin Bacon, and I give him the MVP of the movie. I don't know what it was about him, but for some reason I just found his acting towards this character to be really good. I mean, he was very threatening, but yet very suave and swag and just kind of calm and collected with the character. He didn't play some evil, angry, scary person. He was a threat in his own way, and I thought Kevin Bacon hit that right on the nose. So he gets my definite MVP on acting, but I thought everyone's acting was pretty good. Even in the movie, you actually see a different part to Professor Xavier. He wasn't as, I don't know, I guess responsible or maybe mature or empathetic on the whole sort of mutant thing. Even though he could read people's mind, doesn't mean that you know what everyone is feeling or how to deal with those feelings. And there was a little bit of cockiness, a little sort of sure of himself sort of attitude, which he definitely understands towards the end of the movie. I thought the movie was great. It sort of gave off a very Bond feel to it, a little bit of espionage, sort of you know, save the day type of thing, instead of just having one action scene after the other with, you know, pointless dialogue, cheesy lines, things like that. And this movie didn't really have any of that, in my opinion. I thought it was great. A lot of people may not enjoy this one only because, like they said in the first one, when the first X-Men came out, there wasn't enough action and there was more storytelling and things like that. Well, this one is sort of the same way. It is 2 hours long. They definitely do tell a story, so you're not going to get as much action. But for me, I think that when they did do action scenes, they delivered very, very well. And so when you go see it, just remember that simple fact. If you're not so much of an X-Men fan and you just are interested in sort of the Wolverine aspect of it, you might as well stay home. Kept us entertained throughout the movie without him, and you know, of course, I'm sure they'll make other movies with him, but this one just didn't have him in it. So overall, I give this a 5 out of 5 on the entertainment scale. The genre of it, action, it was a little humor, it had a little humor in it, and a great story, a little bit of a message. And so all of that was pretty good. I thought the writing was great and the acting was good. I definitely do recommend this movie for any hardcore Marvel fan, X-Men fan, all the above. I would definitely say this movie has great replay value. I definitely would like to see it again before they take it out of theaters. It's just a fun movie to watch, and I'm glad that they changed it up a little bit and didn't make it so campy and, you know, colorful like some of the other Marvel movies have been. This one actually would be a wonderful start to another trilogy. I definitely want to see more. So yeah, that is my review on X-Men First Class.